When you evaluate your rookie season, what are the things you're most proud of? Where are the areas that you wish you have more improvement?
I think just like me improving throughout the season, like getting better all the way throughout the season is probably what I'm proud of. Stuff I could have done better. I mean, everything really. And that's just what I'm focusing on during the off season. Coming back into the second year, it's been a bit more impactful.
Can you narrow in a little bit on the areas that you want to improve on over this offseason?
Just be more impactful defensively, blocking more shots, be just better offensively too. Um, just put all those things together.
What do you think you need to do to improve your finishing inside?
I think just reps, just keep working on it, and just getting reps at it.
And then what about as a rebounder?
Same, just keep working on my body, keep getting stronger, and just going good.
Alex, do you feel like you deserve to win Rookie of the Year? Sorry, why or why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's not up to me really. There's voters. I'm pretty, happy about the way my season went. I'm happy that we got better as a team and really kept starting to build the identity of the Wizards.
And you were good as for as a shot blocker this season. What do you think helped you get to that point, just to be that effective on that end of the floor?
Yeah, I think just trying to be active defensively, just trying to like disrupt, helping out for my guy to try to go and try to block shots. I think I could have done better, but yeah, just trying to be impactful.
What do you want to improve the most in the offseason?
Um, just like I said, like everything really, just my overall game, offensively, defensively. There isn't really a single thing I'm not trying to improve.
During the draft process, you made a move that you wanted to come to Washington. What are the reasons for that, and what behind the scenes gives you kind of some hope for the future that this team is looking for?
I would say just the fact that we're building something here. You can see we have a lot of young players, a lot of vets that we added, and great players here. So just me, trying to be a part of that, and trying to help in building the identity here. And yeah, just I mean, the chemistry around the building, like you can really tell that we're all working towards something. So I think yeah, that's definitely a good sign.
Yes, sir. Versatility is the name of the game in the NBA. You guys are ability to play the 5 and the 4. When it comes to comfortability, are you comfortable in both positions? Do you prefer one or the other?
I think I'm pretty comfortable in both. I played way more fives this year. I think the way like we run the offense is like very inside out, like the 5 man kind of really roams on the perimeter kind of a little bit. So it all depends. I feel like nowadays there isn't that much of a difference between the 5 and the 4. Really, it's whoever gets down the floor first.
Salut Alex, ça fait plaisir de te voir. Two questions. Did you feel you gained confidence through the season? And what surprised you the most during the season during the NBA?
Yeah, I think I definitely see my confidence keep growing as the season was going. Getting more comfortable, getting used to the NBA game. And what was the second one?
What surprised you the most in the NBA?
Probably just the scheduling at first. Like realizing we have a game like every other day. So just getting used to that.
Alex, when you look at all of the noise, and you had a really tight circle around you that let you focus on the game, didn't really tell you what was going on, what was being said, and you kind of just let your game speak for itself over the course of the season. Do you feel, looking back at all of that, where you are now and the improvements you made, that you kind of quieted everything that was being said and validated being the number 2 overall pick?
I mean, I feel like that kind of always happens in sports. Like, no matter what, everybody has an opinion on what you do. So I really, still till this day don't get caught up in that. So I really just try to focus on what we're doing. And people are always gonna have stuff to say, whether it's positive or negative. So you just really gotta let it go and try to focus on what I can control.
seemed like late in the year you were more aggressive and around the rim, going toward the rim. And Coach Keefe kind of mentioned the same. How did that change for you over the course of the year? Was it just getting more comfortable? Or how did you sort of get over that hump?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just making more comfortable, getting used to the game, again, kind of slowing down, and I felt like it was a good opportunity for me to keep working on my game and be aggressive.
Hey, Alex. We were talking to Marcus Smart a couple hours ago, and he said that you and him are working on your mentality, working how to be tougher, just for both of you. What are those interactions like between you two?
Yeah, I mean, Marcus always talks about defense, literally. So, like he always gives advice in the game, stuff I could have done differently. I mean, even offensively, he gives me tips about stuff he's seen. So, I'm really just listening. He has a lot of experience. He's been on a lot of great team. He's been a great team. And so, yeah, I'm just learning from him and listening to what he got to say.
How does he sort of teach you? How does any player teach another player mentality? Like, how do you learn how to be a dog in this league?
I mean, I think you just figure it out, really. You don't really get taught by someone. You just got to go out there and do what you got to do.
Are there any players that you went up against this year, or even didn't go up against this year, who you like to emulate on the floor with their play style as a big?
No, I wouldn't say emulate. A lot of great players that we played against, but yeah, I feel like I'm just trying to play my own game.
Who was your toughest matchup this season?
Toughest matchup, Jokic was definitely pretty good.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Alex, what are your impressions of Sean George?
Keyshawn, I mean, yeah, he's a hard worker. Played great for us, spacing the floor, making reads out of pick and roll. He's able to really read the defense well, put pressure on the rim, and defensively, he has a great positional size. So, he's really able to guard tough matchups and block shots at the rim, rebounds well. So he does a lot of different stuff for us.
What were the conversations you had during your exit interview with the team like? What do they want you to focus on in the off season? What are the plans for you?
Yeah, I mean, just keep working, really. The off season is going to be kind of long, so just trying to attack it and make the most out of it to come back ready for next year. That's really the main thing.
What are the things that you want to focus on to make sure you come back ready?
Just keep getting stronger. Take care of everything as far as my body. And make sure I'm up and ready to go. At the fullest for next season.
You're a pretty mild-mannered guy, it seems, generally speaking. Is that something that you need to you feel like you need to turn up sometimes when you get in games?
No, not really. I feel pretty good about it.
Alex, last year, Bilal, coming into this year, he spoke about how it felt like he was having to almost look at his matchups with guys and not respect them. Do you feel like that's kind of the conversations that Marcus has had with you of as good as these players are, you gotta bring that dog mentality so that you can have that aggressiveness that he's trying to pull out of you? Is that kind of the mindset he's looking to try to encourage you to have out there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's everybody, I would say. I feel like I kind of understood that early. What Bilal said, as great as the player you're playing is, you really, got to put that aside and just focus on the matchup because, you can make the most out of your matchup and, really win the matchup. So that's all that matters, really. And, yeah.
What have you learned from being around Jordan Poole?
Just his work ethic, I would say. Just seeing the works he puts in, find time before shoot round, for walkthroughs to just come in and work on his game. So it kind of shows you what it takes to be a professional.
Coach BK said that point guard and center are two of the hardest positions to play in the NBA. What makes playing center so hard?
When you're kind of like the backbone of the defense, you got to communicate everything. A lot of pick and rolls action. Every team's running heavy pick and rolls, so you're really involved in most of the action defensively.
So yes, just a quick question: how you see your next season? Where are your main improvements? Where do you need to do improvement in your game right now? And I do know that you had your whole family around you, specifically your brothers, but pretty much the whole season around you. How did that help you dealing with the NBA since you already knew how it was? What did this bring to you and your game?
Yeah, I mean, during the off season, yeah, like just trying to focus on my game offensively. You know, my game too defensively, watching film about what I did, stuff I could do better, stuff that worked, and I got to keep working on. And for yeah, as far as my brother helping me, he definitely helped a lot during the whole season. You know, me being able to have him for my whole rookie season was like very special. You know, coming to one of my game, giving me advice. You know, he's already been through it, so he's definitely helping me a lot. Yeah.
Alex, what stands out to you the most about this team now that it's been a full season?
I would say just how like everybody's motivated. Um, like even though we didn't have the best record this year, the energy around the building is really not reflecting that. So yeah, everybody's just working towards that, and you can really feel the energy.
Alex, you mentioned how playing center, you're the backbone of the defense and you have to communicate. How are your communication skills on the court? Are you constantly talking?
I mean, I'm trying to. I think I'm definitely could do better. That's something I got to work on too. To even be even more of a voice defensively for the team.
Speak to the relationship between yourself and the other rookies, and what's it been like to watch, all of you grow over the course of the season.
Yeah, I feel like Key, Bub, AJ, and me were like pretty close. Obviously AJ got here after us, but we most of us already knew him, so it's kind of like it was very like a seamless transition for him. And yeah, I mean, we've been together all the way from the draft to the whole like preseason, so we're just going through the same thing together. So yeah, just for us to share that experience and have that rookie year with where we all get significant amount of minutes, that's very special.
Among the goals for the organization entering the season was to establish a foundation for the culture and how this team operates. A year in, how do you feel like that process is going, and how would you describe the team culture?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing just that. Trying to build what we're going to be about, and it's just like everyday stuff that we do, all the work we put in, how we come out for games. So just I feel like we're doing just that. Yeah.
How much time do you spend in France? How much time do you spend here or elsewhere in the United States?
Yeah, I don't really know exactly yet. I'll go back to France for a little bit for sure, and then definitely come back to DC for most part of the season.
And Alex, how do you feel right now at the end of this season? You said it was quite intense with a lot of games. Did you find a balance through the season? And do you feel tired or yeah, how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I definitely think I found the balance. Like trying to get enough recovery while still working on my game and managing the games. But yeah, I feel pretty good. We had a lot of games all the way from like March and April. So, definitely going to rest for a little bit, but feel pretty good overall.
Do you expect to be part of the national team for this Eurobasket this summer? And how do you see you can fit in the interior sector, which is pretty crowded right now? Is Rudy, Victor, Gashan, and some other good players?
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of good French players, so that's the selection is going to be very interesting. It's always an honor for me to be able to represent my country. Did it at the youth level. Haven't done it really yet with the adult team, so it's very exciting.